Hey everyone, Railfan Man here for layout update number 7, version 6.0. First of all, I want to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hope everybody had a great and safe day. And I also want to thank all my new subscribers over the past few months. Much appreciated. And my current subscribers at the same time. I always thank you guys for checking out my channel. I'm still kind of like, I've been doing videos for quite some time now, but I'm still always learning something, and sometimes I just want to do a quick video and just send it out, I've changed a couple things on my channel with the banner and the picture, and I haven't really been on the laptop on my YouTube site, my channel, to like really do the fine tuning, and I'm hoping maybe during this layoff I'll be able to do that. But anyways, that's for another day. So layout update number 7, version 6.0. We got the GE ET44AC Union Pacific pulling some stack cars around, container cars, and figured I'd talk about a couple of the things I've been working on. And like for one, I have the concrete slab down for my engine tracks and diesel shop and stuff, with the diesel fuel and sand slab poured down. And then I got obviously the main shop, which you can see a little way to the back there. I'll get my finger out of the way. Stand by for 1 second. Alright, I'm back. So, continuing on with the engine area. So I got the slabs poured down, like I said, diesel fuel, sand, obviously engine house and tracks right here, engine shop. 2 coats of joint compound framed out. It came out good as far as I'm concerned. I definitely like it. So, I just got some fine tuning to do, weathering. Got to hook the lights up, which are, I believe, Woodland Scenics plug and play. And I think I have a yellow flashing light I'm gonna kind of tuck in there somewhere, and just have it, an ambiance light. You can check it out when it's dark out. I'll have the 2 lights there and the yellow flashing light. So I'm liking that. So I think that's it for this area. Alright, stand by. Alright, so just when you think it's all set and talked about everything, I really haven't. So I got the colored, the color on the tracks, kind of like the way I want it. These 4 tracks will be isolated. I know I have 2 on-off switches, so I'm going to start off probably with the farther 2. And then I got to pick up a couple more switches, but I want to isolate these 4 tracks individually. I had a signal issue with my ESU cab control. Again, one of my locomotives decided to go kamikaze on itself. Luckily, it didn't fall on the floor or anything, but it took off. And then 2 of my other locomotives took off, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I hit the stop button right here, and they still kept going. So I unplugged the unit, the motherboard. I'm going to stand by for 1 second. So I unplugged it, which is plugged in right there, and they stopped. Then it was like I plugged it back in, turned it on, like I normally would. And needless to say, there was no power, even though the green light was on. So I unplugged it again, turned everything off, turned it back on, and then it worked fine. So I don't know, it's got to be a signal thing. But this area is coming along very nice. I'm definitely liking it. I actually think it's better than the last one I did on my last layout. So, alright, on to the next thing. Okay, another thing I've been working on is the second level build. You can see I got the first frame up, which is, it looks great. I got about 10.5 inches of space in between. It's perfect. I like it. A couple things though, when it comes to painting and ballasting the track, and some signals I want to put up. I want to put up a control point right here, and I'll talk about that in another video because I don't really want to. I don't want to drag this video out. This is just like a quick update / overview. So anyways, my plan is I'm going to hold off on the second level right now until I get at least the painting and the ballasting of the tracks done. And of course the signaling for this area. So once I get that all squared away, then I could start putting up my framing for the second level. Because the minor small details and stuff I can work on that, but that's my plan for this section. And as far as painting and weathering the track goes, in ballasting, I want to start right here, and I want to work counterclockwise and get my hand out of the way. So I'm basically starting over here. Won't move you guys too fast. Painting and ballasting, because there's obviously a lot more tracks to paint and ballast in this area, as you can see. Then once I finish this section, basically right where that flatbed truck is, I'm going to put this back up. And I figured I would follow suit, you know, do a section and then build my framing up and so on and so forth. So to touch back on this area again, I was thinking of getting different brackets instead of using these shelf brackets. I was actually, I'm going to Home Depot this weekend, so I'm going to look into getting some L brackets, or just at least take a look, see what they have. If it makes sense, I'll probably get like a few of them, try them out, you know, because I'm thinking something that's a little more flush with the backdrop. And as you can see, I painted these, or half of them, I should say, because the other half is still white. I just wanted to put a coat of paint so the backdrop paint would cover these bookshelves or bookshelf brackets a little better, you know. But that was my thought process on that. Alright, I'm back. So on my last update, I believe I had talked about moving the cement company over from here to here, and then I was like, no, I'm going to keep it here. Well, I'm actually going to keep it here on this track that I originally planned for it. Only because it makes more sense to have it on the side. I mean, granted, yeah, it's a tall building, it's on the edge of the layout, but I'm also going to have somewhat of a border too. And this particular building will probably be secured down with some sort of maybe white glue to give it a little bit of security, so I don't have to worry about it as much. So that's my plan for that. And this is gonna just continue to be the yard switchback or drill track, whatever you want to call it. So as you can see, the town is still in its planning stages. I haven't really done too much more work over in this area, so you know, I'm still playing around with some ideas. And I did have another thought process about actually putting in this spur track right here. Actually, I want to plan on probably bringing it out. I might actually even put a piece of like a triangle right here, a little extra piece. So we'll see about that, because I don't want it to affect this scene when I go to build this scene, which is going to be a roadway and like a river running next to it. But anyways, so I might drag that spur track out somewhere over here, have an industry in front of the town area, because I still want this to be like a town area, little city scene, you know. So that's going to be a work in progress as well. And just one last thing, I'm going to widen this camera view. So as you can see, I got a nice little mess under here. I mean, it's somewhat of an organized mess, if that makes any sense. But I do want to build some shelving system under this part, you know, like have like 2 shelves going this way, probably only like 18 inches out, and same thing in the back, just kind of 2 shelves. So I'll have like the bottom, you know, I'll have the floor to put some stuff like probably this chop saw, and then like the smaller stuff I can put on the shelves, tools and just other odds and ends. The paints, I can get rid of that recycling bin finally. We just used that to move all that stuff from our old place to the new place here. So, you know, that's excuse me, some projects for the near future, so stay tuned for that. I'll have probably a video on that, and some video of it somewhere sometime down the road on another update. So anyways, that's that. Alright, so we'll talk about some potential operations on my layout thus far. I'm always subject to change. I've used these operations on my past layout and they seem to work out pretty good. Since I have 2 levels, I know I officially have 4 trains that I can operate that are prototypical, or at least pretty close to prototypical. And those would be as follows: 22K, 23K. Those are east to west trains. And then they have, there's POED and EDPO. And POED is basically Portland, Maine to East Deerfield Yard. So you got Portland, Maine to East Deerfield Yard, and then EDPO is East Deerfield Yard to Portland, Maine. So it's kind of like a north-south, I guess, train. I know it, like if it leaves East Deerfield, it's actually traveling east, but I just call it a north-south because its final destination is Portland, and you know, from Portland its final destination is south of Portland. So it just kind of simplifies things. So 22K, 23K are east-west, EDPO and POED north-south. Alright, so I'm going to do an example of one of the through trains as best I can. 22K originates, I believe, in Air Mass, so I would 050 that, or stage it on the main line. It's heading into Deerfield west, so it would actually be, I think the locomotives, I believe, would be facing this way, and the train would be trailing. So we're traveling west, leaving east from Air Mass, right, fictitiously. We basically run the train around the main line 2 or 3 times, give or take. And say on the 3rd time we come over here, we would stop about right here. And they do set outs, pickups, so on and so forth. Now, if the yard job or yard crew did their job like they should be doing, they should have their pickups on the arrival departure track right here, right where this MOW train is parked, which obviously wouldn't be there. So without getting you too dizzy, You know, they would disconnect their train with their pickup or with their setouts. They would pull forward. They would back up on the arrival departure track, so on and so forth. Pick up their pickups. Pick up their pickups. Is that a double? I don't know. Anyways, pick them up, pull forward, back up to their train, drop their pickups off, and then they would pull forward again and drop their setouts on the arrival departure track for the yard crew to sort out in the yard. And if need be, if they needed some sort of service or like diesel fuel or whatnot, you know, they could pull forward again, and before they connect to their train, drive down the engine lead like so, and just say they needed some fuel, so they could, you know, whichever track was available, they could just pull forward, get fuel, and then take off back down the engine lead to the arrival departure track and not crash into this train, and obviously pull forward, back up, couple to their train, and go about their merry way. So that's an example of 22K. So that is that's somewhat of an overview. It's not like the best overview ever, but you know, this, I don't know, for me with building the layout, there's some prototypical operations and do's and don'ts, but there's also a lot of freelance stuff on my layout. So but I have fun doing it either way. I enjoy you know, working on JMRI and using that to make switch lists and stuff. It makes it interesting, you know, and like the variety of different cars I get to use. And you know, I don't always see the same car on the layout, because I do have quite a bit of freight cars now, and you know, the collection's still growing, but definitely a lot of options. So I'm definitely enjoying it. This layout's you know, I'm liking it. You know, I'm sure sometime down the road I might tweak something, or you know, move something or rebuild something, but you know, that's all par for the course, I think. Now, as far as local jobs go, I have one already staged up. I did that yesterday. I had a few minutes to kill. So basically I got 3 cars going out, and I just actually used the road power to make the train up, which are, you can see, the 2 GP40-2s. So I have 1 set out for the cement company, and then I have 2 set outs for Central Gas, which will be going out at some point, and I do plan on doing a video on this op session. So that should be fun. Okay, well, that's the end of this update. Close you out with the I don't know, Union Pacific train rolling through. It's not a marked train or anything, it's just a train I have running around the track. So, but I hope everybody has a great and safe rest of your weekend. Take care. Thanks for watching. Excuse me. Please like, share, subscribe. Comments, constructive criticism, always welcome. You know, suggestions, all that fun stuff. Alright, everybody. Take care. Real Fan Man signing out.